Chris Boswell, ready to get things going. And off we go, here in Baltimore. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now the first carry for King Henry. Yeah! And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
Bateman is the motion man. On 1st and 10, Jackson. This one caught downfield by Flowers. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson fires complete to Flowers. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
3rd and 9. Bateman is the motion man. On 3rd down, Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. They get 24 on that one. Just like that, it's 1st and goal. Now Jackson, this a designed run. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. That one taken in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. Now Justin Tucker for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. And some movement right away. This crowd making its presence felt early. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll give it to Harris again. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll run it and give it to the big guy. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
It's always a gamble anytime you go for 4th down on your side of the field, but they clearly thought they had a play that they liked, but the defense came up huge, and now their offense is going to have a chance to capitalize and take advantage of this short field.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation. and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. And that ball incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Bateman is the motion man. Off the play fake. Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete, but pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Russ taking off.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Here we go on 4th down with Wilson. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this 1st down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And that one going to be closed down to the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job.
That one intercepted. Picked off by Jackson. And he's going to go out of bounds, but a very nice return up past the 35-yard line.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down. Shotgun snap, and they give it to Harris. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. Now Russ. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Mike Williams. Touchdown Steelers.
You simply just can't allow that ball to be completed, Mike. I mean, there's no time left. You understand there's two options. There's a take a shot Hail Mary into the end zone, or there's throw the ball underneath and try for a couple laterals. At the end of the first half, it's probably just going to be a Hail Mary, and you got to go up and knock that ball down.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. And he missed it. That's a rare miss for the veteran. And they are unable to add on the point after. So we've reached halftime here. It is an 8-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Wilson. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Third and long. Wilson to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Here's Wilson. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a save.
I've been in enough locker rooms in my day, Mike, and pretty much all of the messages are the same. We want to start the second half fast. We want to take the fight to our opponent. Well, snapping the ball inside your own 5-yard line after that sack, I promise you, was not part of the speech. And if they're not careful, they're on the verge of surrendering 2 points here.
Now fair catch called for and taken, and that sets them up in outstanding field position. This is Henry. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. He's into space past the 25. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. In motion comes Andrews. They'll try and run for this with Henry. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Focus, boys. Focus.
To throw is Jackson. That is brought in at the 10. A gutsy call, but they pay it off. It's a gain of 17. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Now from the 9, it'll be second and goal. Again, it'll be Henry. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens extend it to a 21-6 advantage. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. Throwing is Wilson. At right side and brought in by Williams. Austin brought in motion. Wilson. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest game.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in balance.
Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time.
Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. That's into the hands of T.J. Watt. And he's is going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky. This didn't go all the way back.
And he will score. Game on. Russell Wilson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike. Listen, the way you have to look at it is I need a 2-point conversion at some point. But I want to know now, am I down truly 2 scores, or am I able to get it down to 7 and truly make it a 1 score? So I'm going for 2 now, and I want to know what the rest of this game looks like. How many possessions do I need?
And now, some of the new thinking. They're down 9, but they're going to go for 2 here. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. So again, they will try for 2. This time, it comes from the 7-yard line.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Now Wilson. That'll be caught. And a big collision there. Down near the goal line. Keeps him out of the end zone. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 6. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. A give right up the middle to Henry. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. The offense staying out there for this 4th down. They'll drop to throw. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. They'll wind up giving the ball